Thank you so much. That was Simon Took, and now I have my new BFF in England here with me right now. SuZa, like, you know, you're like my soul sister right now. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I have footage. You are recovered?
Have you recovered? I haven't yet.
Recovered from what?
Last night.
And what did we do last night?
Did a completely,
Totally
unrehearsed gig at the Copenhagen.
We
It was
did.
a little bit scary, but brilliant fun. Sorry.
There, yeah, I need to hear you. It was really fun. We played at the Hope and Anchor together, never met until last night, and I have some footage that I can show. You are an amazing bass player, but you do a lot of things, don't you? You do art primarily?
Yeah.
What kind of art do you do?
I do quite a lot of music designs for bands and a lot of portraits, some abstracts and other bits and pieces now and again, but portraits is my main thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Like live portraits or from photograph portraits?
From photos, yeah. I take ages. I couldn't make someone sit there for 2 months, so, taking a photo is much better, really.
How long does it take?
It really varies. Some take maybe about 30 hours altogether.
Wow. And weren't you on some television show for that?
I was on one building a Lego house last year, and I was on an art competition a few years ago as well.
You were building a Lego?
It's a Guinness World Record breaker now, actually. We built the biggest freestanding structure made of Lego bricks.
Oh, that was for the thing, the guy from Top... Yeah, the guy from Top Gear.
So you know it?
I do. This was quite big news. There was an issue, wasn't there, afterwards, of what to do with the world's biggest Lego house and where to put it. What happened?
It got destroyed.
God, no.
Destroyed, yeah. They didn't really think about the copyright of the whole thing, because Lego effectively owned the copyright of the building, so they couldn't actually sell it or do anything with it.
And where was it?
Legoland didn't want it. So.
A friend of mine just started working for Lego, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like recently back in the States.
Is that in Florida?
Actually, she's there in Hartford, Connecticut, and she's been going it's like some division of Lego. You know, I'm sure they have a lot. But wait, back to you. Where was this giant Lego house?
It was out in a vineyard in Dorking, in the middle of nowhere. You get covered in mud and sludge and
So it was outside?
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to make it?
That project, I was told, took about 3 months in total. I was just kind of there on and off in free time and stuff. So
what colors were they? What colors were they?
It was all stripy all the way up, completely different all the way up. And the inside had loads of different designs as well.
Wow, you could go in it?
Yeah, it was all very Bridget Riley. They had a flushing toilet, a shower.
Made out of Legos?
Yeah, everything was
out of Lego. A flushing toilet made out of Legos? Was it usable?
I didn't use it. A couple of
guys. Was there water in it?
It was Lego water.
When you flush it.
Oh my
God. The tiles, kind of.
Wow, and you know of it. That's pretty cool.
It wasn't the most comfortable toilet you could ever sit on, really.
Wow. So, where do you live?
Now I live on the Isle of Dogs, which is
the Isle of Dogs?
Apparently named after greyhounds hundreds of years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it an island?
It's kind of an island, yeah. It's in the Docklands. Canary Wharf has been built up at the north end of it now. The south end's a bit more, common.
So how do you get there? Like bridges and tunnels?
It's on the Jubilee line and on a railway as well. So
I was on the Jubilee line
today.
You don't have to swim over.
A friend of mine grew up in Deptford, and he once was going to the Isle of Dogs on a school trip, and actually thought he needed a passport to get there. And if he sees this, he will kill me for telling me about that. He was
you didn't say his name.
I didn't say the word Jamie Beckwith.
Now you're learning, Paul. That's what I like to hear.
Oh, well, those is treats.
This is
National. I like the deal.
Good boy.
It's National Bittersweet Chocolate Day, and yeah, it really is. I don't make this shit up, I just document. I find this important information and share it with the world. Do you want to see what's very important on this day?
The one I read about on the way here, it was National Just Wear Your Pants on the Tube Day, which started in New York a few years ago, and now it happens worldwide today.
That's interesting because why? I know why.
Why? What happened?
It's National Wear Your Pants Day. Because I don't know if this is exactly why, but It's the birthday of Chris Smith. Now, did you ever remember the band Criss Cross?
Yeah.
You remember they wore?
Oh yeah.
You remember they always wore their stuff backwards?
Yeah.
It's his birthday today, so I wonder if that has anything to do with National Wear Your Pants Day, because Criss Cross used to wear their pants backwards. I don't know. It
He
makes
got
sense
made
to
to
me.
take his pants off because he had them on the wrong way round and it just kind of took off.
It could be, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. But today, I forgot to say, guys, you know, today, January 10th, this is a day in history. In 1839, tea from India first arrives in the UK for the first time. How many people had a cup of tea today? I had a cup of tea today.
Yeah.
I did. My first cup of tea in London, actually, since I've been here. Do you drink tea a lot?
I do.
How often do you drink tea?
A lot. Maybe 6 cups a day, 7 cups a day.
And how much tea do you drink?
About 4 or 5 a day, yeah.
See, I drink coffee because I'm American, but like when I lived here, everyone used to tell me that I could not make a proper cup of tea.
You know, there were a lot of, when it was first, I'd read about this, and when it first came to England, there were lots of articles, concerns about the effects of drinking tea and kind of, it was like drugs really, there were all these articles. And,
Isn't
you know,
everything like drugs?
You know, what will tea do? If you drink too much tea, what will happen? How to drink tea safely, and all these newspaper articles, and on tea drinking, and the kind of ethics and rights and wrongs of it. It's quite surreal now when you look at these old articles.
Yeah, but isn't it true?
Oh yeah, I guess so. The caffeine and yeah.
And then the chocolate's a drug, tea's a drug, coffee's a drug. What he went to Amsterdam for is probably a drug, and they're all kind of from trees.
I actually know a guy who was so done when he went to Amsterdam, he was planning on posting a jiffy bag full of drugs back to himself in the UK. And I had to point out to him, you're going to be putting your home address on that and your full name, don't you? So you might not want to try that, actually. So fortunately, talked him out of that one.
So did he send it to your address instead?
I was living in the same house as him.
So that actually wrote it for, yeah.
So on that note, we love to hear skeletons from the closet of everybody who comes on. What is a skeleton from your closet?
I was trying to think of one before, and all I can think of is embarrassing drunken stories.
All right, tell one. That works.
There was one when I was backpacking in Brisbane in Australia, and there was these loos, and they had full-length mirrors facing the loos. So to a drunk person, it actually looked like the entrance to the loos, and I walked smack into the mirror. And I apologised to my own reflection before I realised what I'd done. I was like, I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before.
Oh, that's adorable. Please have a bit of sweet chocolate. Now, I like that. What were you drinking? Do you remember?
I think it was Victoria Bitter, which is absolutely lethal.
Really? Do they have it here?
No, it's an Aussie thing. I think they ship it over for Aussies in the backpacking clubs here, but no, you don't get it anywhere else.
Because there is that Victoria line, you know. They should serve it on the Victoria line, right?
Well, people are in their pants. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan.
Right, exactly. So what else do you have coming up in life? And like, do you have any art shows or?
Got an exhibition in Peckham Rye at the Gardens in April for the month of April. That's a joint exhibition with 2 other artists. Also got an audition for a band. I just found out today.
Oh my God!
It's kind of bass player. Fingers crossed. Yeah, a friend's looking for someone. I just heard on Facebook actually. So.
Facebook, you know, it's the love-hate relationship of Facebook. I mean, you know, you gotta love it because it really does bring the world together.
Totally.
Are you addicted to Facebook?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you addicted to Facebook?
Oh, completely.
I know. It's like I have to say I am too, but like, you know, you try to say but you know what?
I've met some wonderful people.
I know. It's really good, man.
I guess the problem with though is it creates this impression that everyone, you can always see what everyone else is doing. It kind of feels like you've always got this impression that someone else is more interested than you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, there is someone else, someone somewhere else.
You know
doing
what?
something more interesting.
You are always in the right place at the right time, and whatever you're doing is as interesting as it's meant to be. So I think.
If you're feeling that way, you can always find someone more boring than you are very well. It's just that I got out of bed, I drank a cup of tea, now I'm watching Neighbours, you know, and you think, well, at least I'm not them, you know. So.
Right. Have you ever, I've gotten like on probation on Facebook before a couple times. They threaten that they're going to end my account. Like, it's happened like more than once, you know. And
is that your skeleton then? What did you
That's
do?
one for now, exactly. I was just thinking of a few that were popping into my head just before. One just fell in and fell right out, but what did I do? I don't know. I think they said I was spamming. You know, I'm always trying to promote rew-who, and I like sometimes They told me I wasn't allowed to add any friends for like 2 days. Like a slap on my wrist. And I was just, I know. They're like, warning, no adding, or else your account will be defunct.
That's kind of worrying that they monitor you.
They
That's
monitor.
free, though.
They do. They monitor.
On there.
It's the CCTV on Facebook. Exactly. They watch.
Scary.
It is scary. We're going to be right back with SuZa, my best friend. I'm going to play some footage of us playing last night in 1 minute.